Y'all ain't gonna never get me to go along with no Denali, nothing.
Oh my goodness gracious. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
You are joining the score in media race. Lee and I are arguing about Drag Race. And this is the score, the podcast where we talk about the arts and culture through our Black queer lenses. As always, I am your co-host, Rocky Jones, and I am here with the very pugnacious Dr. Lee Bynum today.
Well, well, well. A new adjective. I'm not even mad at
And of course,
it.
what would we do without the luminous Paige Reynolds? Hi, Paige. How are you?
Hello, I am good. Just enjoying this little tussle. I wonder if I should be wearing like a referee shirt or something like that, you know?
So, as you can probably imagine, we were talking about All Stars because Lee has finally finished the most recent
Yes,
season.
I
I
did.
did not finish it because, as the great Alyssa Edwards said,
Fat
Rigamorous.
Rose.
Rigamorous. You know, if I had wanted to, like I said several weeks ago, if Rue was just gonna crown Ginger Minge from the very beginning, just give her a crown. We don't need to sit here for 8 weeks and watch other queens get shafted.
I wish I'd seen these other queens getting shafted. The only person I felt like really got the shaft was Carrie Colby
Yes.
when
Yes.
Mistress and Georges were acting the fool, and then she got the last, well, she got an additional laugh. I guess it wasn't technically the last one,
Yes.
but she did
No.
get an additional laugh. Yeah.
Yes.
And we all got to laugh at Mistress. So, oh, you didn't see it. Mistress crashed and
No, I
burned.
mean I saw the clips like on Twitter.
Oh
So
yeah, you might have needed the
Uh-oh.
whole arc to see a solid 2 episode spiral. It was, I don't know, Miss Karma isn't playing with too many of y'all, and she came for Mistress and she snatched Mistress's wig off, and Mistress was there spiraling and bald headed, and we all saw it. It was rough and justified and okay. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have to say, after the shenanigans that she and
George's old
Gorgeous
punk ass.
I I'd always thought that Mistress was kind of funny on her original season and shady in like that fun sort of way. And sometimes, crossed the line a little bit, but then like would pull herself back, very sort of Sagittarian behavior. So I appreciated it. But yeah, no, this it was too much. It was just too mean what she did to Nicole
Mm.
Page Brooks and
Yeah,
Carrie and
yeah.
yeah, it was
I
nasty.
agree with you.
It was
It
nasty.
wasn't fun to watch.
It wasn't.
Yeah. And I also like Mistress for those same reasons. And I am married to a very big fan of the Texas girls. Damien loves all of those girls. He went to high school in Texas, so there is a bit of a connection there. And even he was like, oh. I'm like,
Yeah.
is this Texas drag? Is this what y'all do? But I don't know. It was nice at the end to see Mistress get her comeuppance, Carrie get another chance, Georges not win, and legitimately not win. Like it was not a Monet and Jinx where one person won the season and one person won that last lip sync. Ginger legitimately beat Georges, in my opinion, and in the opinion of everybody who saw it. Everybody saw it. So it kind of gave justice to me. And I know somewhere Nicole Page Brooks was at home cussing out the TV, but also getting a very good laugh at the way Mistress went home. So yeah, it worked. It worked for me. It worked for
Okay.
me. But
Okay.
I am committed to justice in these streets and it just felt like what I wanted to see. So
Well, I'm glad for you. I love that for you.
The
I love that for
Sagittarius
you.
energy, I recognize it from my very own childhood. Yes.
Love that for you. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just a little disillusioned with the All Stars franchise just in general. I think they just haven't quite figured it out. Like, what exactly is a format that works and that feels like just I think before we started recording, you had mentioned All Stars 3, which I think is sort of in the fandom sort of seen as kind
The
of
nadir.
the nadir. That was exactly the word I was going to use. Because like that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was absolutely crazy. So Paige, just so you
Mhm.
know, so essentially there was one queen, Ben de la Creme, who was stomping all over everyone.
Okay.
She decided that she was going to leave the competition halfway through. She had some run-ins with some other queens. Some of the queens that had gotten
Oh.
eliminated came back and were, I think, pretty unfairly sort of getting in her head and making her feel like she had like done something wrong by like, being competent at
Being
drag.
legitimately better than they were on that season. I
Yes.
mean, I'm not even a
Wow.
Ben fan, and I could see that.
Yeah. And so then by the end of the season, so once she left, the person that sort of took up the mantle of best in show was Shangela. And everyone sort of agreed, which let's not get into Shangela, but this was several years ago. Um, and so everyone just sort of assumed that Shangela was going to win. It was came down to Shangela and Kennedy Davenport and Trixie Mattel, who had no business being in that top three
Mhm.
whatsoever at all. Um, and instead of Rue choosing, all of a sudden, surprise, the winner will be chosen by a jury of these old bitter Bettys who were eliminated from the show coming in. And because they were mad at the people that did better than them, they gave the crown to Trixie.
Yep.
Uh, uh,
And they had this whole thing that they were articulating because BB was a little bit in the mix too, and BB was the first winner, right? Am I remembering this correctly?
I think that's season 4.
Okay, so maybe this wasn't that. But the articulation was, let's give it to somebody who could benefit from it, right? And people kept being like, well, Shangela's already gotten so much, and Trixie could really benefit. And I feel like she did
She
benefit from it
did.
quite a bit.
She
She
did.
just she just did not win that
mm.
season. And I think the thing about it, because my very, very good Judy, my original Judy Marcus, and I go back and forth about drag race stuff over text, sometimes for hours over the course of an evening, as we've been arguing about drag now for 25 years. But the thing that I always land on is Rue says at the beginning of the season, I'm going to pick the winner, fuck what you heard. So for me, it always helps me to just put it in a place where I'm not investing in anything other than my own anger. So like as we move through, like I know what's coming, but I felt like that was the season where Rue was also in her feelings because the way she was looking at Shangela when Trixie put that crown on was like, girl, I am so sorry. I didn't know these
Hmm.
hoes was going to be out
Oh.
here acting this kind of crazy. And that's exactly what they did. And she eventually figured out how to switch up them rules so that those girls would not be picking like that again because they get in there and I don't know what kind of crazy in-group mentality takes hold of them, but they start acting like some MAGA people, just trying to find any reason they can sometimes not to let somebody be great. And I'm like, y'all are
Like
just
just tying themselves up in like pretzel knots to not make any sense.
just
That was my immediate thought when you described that selection process. Like, Oh no, rude girl. Sometimes there is a
Mhm.
whole nother, often there's a whole nother layer of mess happening back there in that workroom that
A
ain't
whole
got
nother.
nothing to do with your sensibilities about who is actually the best drag queen.
Mhm.
Like that
Mhm.
was that that
Mhm.
that was a mistake. That
Because not only was it the winner that was sort of taken out by these bitter people, it was the front runner as
Yeah.
well, because they came back for a challenge halfway through the season and they were like, came up to Ben de la Creme and they were like, you were so mean to us. You were so rude. You did this, that, and a third. And like, you should be ashamed of yourself and da 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 da. Da. Meanwhile, all she did was just be better at drag than them.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
literally
Mm-hmm.
all she did. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, at that time, like if you win a challenge, you get to decide who goes home.
Yeah.
So she won. So she was like, I'm gonna send this person home, and I'm gonna send this person home. Like she won like all the challenges. She won like four out of the like first five challenges.
Well,
So then they came back and they're like, and they're like, you should be ashamed of yourself. And unfortunately, they did a good enough job that she was like, actually, I think I am ashamed of myself and I'm gonna
Hmm.
leave.
And pulled out a lipstick and she had scribbled her
wow.
own name on it.
Hmm.
It was I'm just glad that that isn't how we're doing the US franchise anymore because
Hmm.
that's what gave us Blue Hydrangea on what was that Canada versus the world or was that UK
I
versus the
think that
world?
was UK versus the world.
Oh, whatever it was a mess. I'm sure Blue is a lovely person, but she did not only did she not win that season, she barely won any challenges. And it was like nobody's going along with this. They're doing the same thing right now on France All Stars. You'd think I'd stop watching this shit. They're doing the same thing on France All Stars, and like they've sent home the best two girls, and we're like, 4 episodes in. And Damien last night was like, I don't even care who wins now. I'm like, yeah, because we don't even know these girls. We don't know their names. They're not giving us anything, just makeup look like anything. One of the worst wigs I've ever seen on a living creature was on one of these women. And I'm like, you are not lip syncing for the win right now. You are doing cosplay of high quality drag. And
Mm,
I don't like it.
mm.
I had a problem with it. I'm gonna dig deep into my middle school French 1, 2, and 3 roots, and I am going to put together a little piece of email to the producers of Drag Race France. And in some simple present tense constructions, I'm going to let them know that I am not feeling this. So,
Dr.
Uh,
Bynum said no. Like,
no, 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 no.
like Brigitte Macron. No. No. Sacre bleu. No. Mon Dieu. But yeah, but I think ever since that season, there has been sort of this air around All Stars, like sort of like with the Oscars, kind of like
Mhm.
instead of like rewarding the performance that you're nominated for, we are rewarding your past performances because we had to, when you actually did your big one, we had to like honor someone else who we hadn't
We
like
so fucked up with the color purple. Here you go, Whoopi for
Yeah.
Ghost.
ghost.
I mean, come on, y'all.
Like Al Pacino, here you go for Scent of a Woman.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? So I feel like that's just sort of been, the All-Stars. And there have been some like cool moments, I guess, with All-Stars, but it really does feel just kind of like fan service instead of, an actual drag competition.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like the more you can get to a place where you sort of release the notion that what you're watching is a competition for us, the public, and more a competition for Rue either to sort of confirm a thing that Rue already thought, or to kind of be like, you know what, you actually really did win season 5. So let me just go
Hmm.
ahead and correct this real quick because I don't like this stain on my permanent record. And you know what? If I had built an empire of an art form that I had single-handedly revolutionized, you also would not be able to tell me anything. So
It's yeah.
I'm not going to say but so much right now because I don't need them playing in my face. So I'm just going to let some of this go, but I do get it. You know,
I get it. I do.
don't let somebody make a EDI and classical music competition because I will be acting the fool if I'm the RuPaul on that show. So
I do. I mean, I get it. And she does have a number of sins to atone for. Yeah, you've never had a trans woman win. Okay, well, how about Kylie? We've never had a big girl win. Well, how about Ginger? Here you go. Here you go. Here you
Yeah, no, y'all shut the fuck up.
go. Shut up. Oh, but RuPaul, we love you.
We do.
Despite
Hmm.
We
all
really do.
your
Yeah.
nonsense.
The whole RuPaul industrial complex. We're
And
fans.
your cursed
Hmm.
TikTok channel. Like, girl, what are you doing?
Somebody take her phone. Take it right now. Mm-mm.
So crazy. Well, that was a fun little chat. I think perhaps we should get into the reason for the season.
Yes.
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 Season 11, episode 5. It is time for the Monster Ball. And y'all, I love a ball. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, in retrospect, this was a bit of a lackluster ball, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so this was my first, drag race ball since I have watched a season in its completion, and I was curious. I was curious about what they're
Yeah,
usually like.
this is usually, if there's a category that is, eleganza, there's usually, some eleganza.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And my eyes were starving for eleganza.
Hmm. Yeah.
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 No, that was that this the balls get better as do the rusicals. Like I feel like rewatching this season has been a reminder of the girls and their approach to certain of the recurring competitions. It's not even across every season. And this
No.
season definitely has given us two clunkers back to back.
Oh, yeah. I guess we should talk about, well, last time was the worst episode of Drag Race I've ever seen in my entire life
Oh.
that I
It's
had erased from my memory. And we lost sweet Mercedes
yeah,
Iman Diamond, local girl.
local girl.
Poor
And
thing, poor thing.
It was just so weird to watch. That was so weird to
yeah,
watch now in this
yeah.
time. Like, I don't know if there was an intention to try to just keep things humorous with the politics and like intentionally ignore the weight of things like we all know, and it's just the elephant of the room in the room. Is it because it was Trump's first term and so people who were not black and brown are not taking it seriously, but even some black and brown folks weren't taking it seriously. It was just strange.
I think it's kind of that part. Um, just because, I think so many people I remember at that time, you know, feeling in my bones sort of how dangerous
Yeah.
all of this
Hmm.
was. And I remember there were so many people like not taking it seriously, just sort of thinking like this is absurd and it'll blow
Yeah.
over. Like, oh my God, they're walking through Charlottesville with tiki torches. Oh my
It-
God, how silly.
Mm.
We're not to take these silly, silly men seriously. And now all of those people who are walking through Charlottesville with their tiki torches are like in the Department of Justice.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think really that's what it was. People just thought this was so absurd and it was gonna blow over and like whatever. Not the case.
No, no,
Clearly.
not the case at all. Like they are still chugging right along in much in I don't know, like a reconstituted form right now where it simultaneously feels like the movement is quite a bit stronger and more organized and also kind of feels like the you can see every hole in
Hmm.
it and actually could deal with it in a different way if people weren't so demoralized. Like it's a very weird kind of moment to be watching this right now because like so many of the issues that feel like they have metastasized in this last version of the administration, um, you could see them in that episode too. And it's like, wow, all this time has passed, and we haven't yet dealt with this particular piece or this kind of framework. It is a little scary in that regard.
Or even just like the way that we regressed, like the whole sort of conceit of the musical is that all of the women in Trump's life are coming together to, take him down or what. I don't even really understand what the point they were trying to get across was.
Yeah,
Um, but like
I love
here
that
we
point.
but here we are in 2025, and thanks to all of the uh Supreme Court justices that were appointed during his term, all of those women have less rights in 2025 than they did
Yep,
in 2018. Was it 2018 when this season happened? I keep
it was
forgetting.
2017 or 2018. Yeah.
Okay. As a direct consequence of his actions, these all of these people have less rights than they did before.
Yeah.
So it's like that in and of itself right there. But like after all this was filmed, we had, the COVID pandemic, we had January 6th, we had all of these things
Mhm.
um that you would think would have opened up everyone's eyes to how dangerous this regime really, really is. And now here we are in 2025, and we all know what's happening now, so I don't need to go over everything. The myriad dangers and scary things that are happening. And so, yeah, it was just strange. And I remember there was this article um, that came out right around Trump's election to his first term. I think it was, uh, th- do they go by M. Gesson now? The journalist from Russia who emigrated here, wrote for the New York Times, believe is non-binary. I'm not exactly sure what their um, gender identity is.
I don't read the New
Um,
York Times.
Fair enough. But this was 2016. And they wrote an article that was just sort of like, this is like, reminding me of all of the things that happened in Russia when Putin came to power. And here are all of the ways that like people are going to sort of downplay it. And when you are the canary in the
Mm.
coal mine, tell you that you're crazy and try to gaslight you. Here is a list of all of the things that people will say. And like, I feel like that episode of Drag Race was just like going down the list. Like, it's not that bad. Oh, these people are just so absurd and silly that it's just like, don't even take them seriously. And it's just like, how about these people aren't the lovers of power? Silly! It's not a game!
Mm, mm, mm.
Anyway, let me go back to my notes
Yeah,
because we're past that. We're at the Monster Ball, right?
We
This eight.
are,
we
and
sure
it
are.
was so interesting I didn't agree with a lot of the adjudications, but I also didn't agree with a lot of things they sent down that runway. So I guess we're equal.
Yeah. Because even like the top girls, they were like, this was cute, but
Yeah, and I wouldn't have picked the person who won.
no.
Would have picked the person who went home. Probably would have sent her home 3 episodes ago. But
Yes.
Absolutely, it was time.
it was
It
child.
was beyond time.
Nothing
It was
scary about a
beyond time.
mermaid.
Well, you could do a scary mermaid because like the original
Mhm.
conception of a mermaid, like they were monsters and that Chapel
Yeah.
Rowan video, what's the name of that song? Casual. Very scary mermaid who is also gorgeous.
Hmm.
Just saying,
Supposed to
it's
like lure
possible.
you into the water and then like
Exactly. And
eat you.
seduce you and then eat you.
Yeah, but she didn't do none of that.
No.
She
I
was
was
just
not
Ariel.
I was not seduced and I certainly wasn't eaten.
No. And I also
And she
wasn't
wasn't eating
scared.
either. Sorry,
Yeah,
what?
I wasn't scared. Like
No.
she didn't hit
No,
any
not at
of
all.
she didn't hit any of it. And even her good Judy Scarlett was like, I'm not seeing this for you, mama.
Like,
Like
girl, you might
that's
want to put some more accoutrements
I
on
tried to tell her. I tried.
that outfit.
oh.
But we return to the workroom after Mercedes' elimination, and Evie said, "Bye, girl. You were not up to snuff. I'm so sorry. You needed to go." And I said, "Okay." So Evie's starting. And then we had Brangie, Brooke, and Miss Vanjie's little romance was outed, came into the light. Now, what do we think about this?
I'm just like, y'all, okay, fine. Have fun. Y'all have this time together where you're probably not seeing nobody else.
Mhm.
Uh, people want to be a little flirtatious. Okay, cute. Have your fun. But I appreciate how Vanjie was like, that's a cute little thing. Now I'm in competition mode. Okay.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right.
You are still my
Exactly.
competitor. She seems focused.
If you are going to give me these kisses, I will accept them. But
Hmm.
they will not take my eyes off the prize.
No.
Thank you so
Mm-mm.
much.
Mm-mm. I'll take a little sugar. I'll take a little sugar. And now I have some sewing to do. Bye.
And then we have the beginnings of the epic Evie versus Raja rivalry. Uh,
Which one of the great unnecessary rivalries
so
of Drag Race,
unnecessary.
of Drag
So
Race.
So
unnecessary.
unnecessary.
And it's so interesting watching this back because you have Raja, you have Silky, all these people being like, Evie needs to shut her mouth and go home and blah 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 blah. Blah." And it's just like, oh, but girl, but she won. Ooh.
Yeah, they keep trying to drag her. They keep trying to
Ooh.
drag her, but the
Ooh.
judges love her.
Ooh.
And I mean,
Because
the things that Evie be saying, she's not
I mean,
wrong.
she's not
Ever,
wrong.
ever. Yeah.
Maybe the
And
delivery could be a little more
yeah, she don't have
diplomatic
anybody's tact, but
Mm-mm.
she also just hasn't been wrong once about any of it.
because
Uh-uh.
Raja's upset because she was in the bottom two and she's saying, I really need to, if that happens, I need to, bring the fire, da 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 da. And Evie's like, well, why don't you bring the fire and try really hard in the challenges so you don't end up in the bottom two? And apparently that Raja was not ready to receive that little
She was
piece of
not.
advice, which I mean, I completely understand. I would imagine if I were in the bottom two and I just survived, perhaps I'm not trying to hear your advice right now. I'm trying to process my feelings.
I mean, but also I was annoyed by the way Raja put it as well. It's just it wasn't just that she had been in the bottom, it's that she was like, well, I'll lip sync every week if I have to, and almost
Hmm.
like she would rather do that because that's where she shines. And to me, that mindset is annoying.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like
that.
you should strive to improve your game all around. Like it is not just a lip syncing competition. Like it that's just not what it is. So I completely agreed with Evie. Just like, why would you want to go to the end by being in the bottom every time and winning? Like
And it's not like
that
you're going to get the crown that way, which
No,
Evie also
absolutely not.
said.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I wonder if Evie and Raja have ever had a conversation in the last 7 years, because whether or not Raja did it consciously, she did end up taking Evie's advice
Yeah, she did.
and
Mm,
absolutely winning Canada versus the world and deserved because she was excellent in every phase of the competition. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
You know they spend the show ends and then they go on tour together for a couple of months, right? And I can imagine that must be a big moment where a lot of learning happens. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like you watch somebody these, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks, however long you last on the show. Then you go on tour with them for a couple of extra months and you must be like, girl, show me how you do fill in the blank. Because Raja, rewatching this, because I had forgotten how much I I only remember how much I like Raja. I didn't exactly remember what her first season was like, or what her
Hmm.
first All Stars that she didn't win was like, and seeing how much she's grown. She listened to somebody somewhere because
Somebody.
I
mhm,
mean, Raja never doesn't look flawless at this
Hmm.
point in her career. So she figured something else out because on her season, she hadn't figured out purple was her color. She was I don't know if she was making off her own outfits yet, but like it's a whole different version of her. And I love
Hmm.
seeing it. But Evie hasn't told a single lie. And even when the judges, yeah, I know I'm skipping a little bit forward, but people will deal with it.
It's
Even
fine.
when the judges were like kind of reading her for her less than great third look in the ball. I mean, she handled it like you're supposed to handle it. Like
Hmm.
she took the
mhm,
feedback. She made jokes where it was appropriate, but she also noted, you're right, this looks crazy. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have
mhm,
worn this.
She explained what her thought process was, admitted that it didn't work,
mhm,
but luckily had the first two outfits that were both fabulous.
And kept it
mhm.
moving.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean,
So like
that's
she
all I want.
proved that she has the taste, she knows what she's doing. She just missed the mark on this one, which happens.
And I think
Mhm,
the judges love hearing that you know what you did wrong. I think when
Hmm.
those girls come up there and they're like, "Oh, how do you think you did?" And they're like, "Oh, I think I look cute."
I'm
It's like, "All right,
fabulous.
well, yeah, go ahead."
mhm,
And
mhm. Or they got the long sob story. I was just trying to, and I just, I really was going for, I just had a rough week, and and Evie was just like, nope, okay, I was trying to do this. I was trying to show y'all different. I'm aware of what I've shown you so far, but it turns out this was not the time for that, and
Mhm.
like all of her
Hmm.
logic made sense, and she took the note, she took the lesson, and
And still ended up in the top.
Yeah.
yeah, because
Those
that
So
two looks were
dinosaur was
really cute.
hilarious.
Very
That
cute.
dinosaur was so good.
And then, of course, we also have to mention with the Evie versus Raja situation, the iconic has gone down in Drag Race history confessional. I'm not gagging. Well, maybe from the smell. Like, do you bathe? And I remember at the time people being like, oh my God, Raja's so mean. She's a mean girl. I was just like, no, that's just funny, y'all.
Yeah,
Just calm
yeah.
It
down.
was funny.
Nobody has a need for Mary Poppins and a drag queen. You know what I mean? Like, I actually do need them to be able to talk that talk just a little bit. So,
Mhm.
Just a little bit. Just a
Yeah,
little bit.
just
Not like mistress level,
not like
but
Mistress.
but a little shade.
Just a little shade. We
Never
like
hurt
a little
nobody. Well,
shade.
maybe a little, but
I mean, yeah, but then they're overly sensitive.
there
The
you
little shade hurts them.
go.
I throw a little shade, you know.
Well, speaking of, we talked about this queen earlier in the show. So then we come to the mini challenge, which was boring. They have to dress up like dolls. RuPaul's trying to sell
Oh
a doll.
yeah.
I don't care, whatever. Um, but there to help adjudicate the challenge was season All Stars season 3 winner Trixie Mattel. And so what are our thoughts on Trixie Mattel in 2025? She has gone on to fame and fortune, probably one of the most visible All-Star or Drag Race alums out there, all over TV, podcasts, the Trixie Motel in Palm Springs, which I have not been to. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Liam? I'm particularly looking in your direction.
And so am I, because I don't have many thoughts because I haven't seen her on Drag Race. She is definitely one of those ones who has clearly transcended drag race, and I
Yeah.
know who she is without having seen many seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thoughts about Trixie have changed over the years. Because on her both of her seasons, I didn't enjoy her. Like
At all.
I didn't get it. Like the humor I didn't get, the look I don't get. Like I'm not the target
I don't like the way
demo.
she speaks to the Black Queens,
Yeah, I don't I'm not
particularly Shangela and LaShawn
uh,
Beyond. I did not
yeah.
like that, and Jasmine Masters.
I didn't I have never been I've never been a Trixie fan in that context. And for me, like the original sin starts with the look. Like
Hmm.
I get the joke, I just don't find it funny. And I don't like that it's sort of caught on that you every once in a while you'll see another queen kind of having a similar kind of a look, and it's like, but it's not, I don't know if I think it's cute. Um, when I started to see her in other contexts, that I think for some of them, you take them out of that high pressure competition setting and you see what they actually do and you're like, oh, I get it. And I had that with her. Like I do get it in a very different way now. Still not a fan, but no longer like I was actively offended
Hmm.
after her season of All Stars, and I avoided her. Like I didn't want to watch any of the shows, blah 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 blah. And then Queen of the Universe came out and it had Vanessa Lynn Williams on it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this, obviously. And Trixie on that, then I started to get it. I was like, oh, you kind of come off as being very insecure around people with a certain type of presentational talent, like singers and dancers, make you insecure because that's not a thing that you do. And in the context of that show, it made her behavior on her own seasons make so much more sense. So now it's just kind of like whatever. But no, I'm not a fan.
I would agree with everything
Yeah,
that you said. And I feel like I had the same journey with Trixie, where it's just like I didn't get the look, I didn't get the style, I didn't get the humor. But now I think especially like, with Katya as
love
like
Katya, one of my
yeah,
all-time
and
favorites.
and Katya's amazing.
Yeah,
I think the way that they play off of each other is very funny and entertaining. And I feel like now I sort of through that I've seen a little bit more of her.
yeah,
And I think like what you like, yeah, being out of that high pressure competition situation has allowed her to sort of relax
yeah.
and sort of bring forward a less sort of I'm gonna say insecure
Hmm.
because I don't know if that's the right word, but just sort
It,
of a I don't know, needy clown. Like in an off-putting way. I don't know. Maybe that's worse.
it's definitely worse. but not necessarily inaccurate. You know, like there's something for me that was very uncomfortable about watching her
Mhm.
initially because I couldn't place it in and it kind of just came off as like mediocre meanness. And now I feel like I have a better context for it. But I also feel like because we watch a lot of reality competition shows,
Mhm.
there is so much of that. And Damien and I both have very competitive personalities. Shocker, right? And I think for me watching a show like that, m- I don't know that I would come off as being very different than I come off on just on a given Tuesday because my personality, well, I am the way I am because I've been placed in a lot of competitive contexts. So I feel like I just kind of am me. So I never assume when I'm seeing somebody on a show, oh, you are unraveling before my eyes right now. Like I just think I'm getting a personality. And then you get to the end of a season and it's like what we saw with Mistress. I was like, oh, these girls had you shook.
Yeah.
That's why you're acting like this. The girls don't have me shook. They will never have me shaken or stirred. So, like, I don't immediately go to those kinds of places, but when I watch other people now at this big age of 31, like, I am starting to understand very differently that people are not comfortable in those contexts. And what we're seeing more than anything else isn't necessarily somebody's personality, it's just a whole lot of therapizing that hasn't yet happened.
You know what? I think perhaps, yes, I think that is correct because it makes me think of the conflict that she had in All Stars 3 with Shangela, where
Mhm.
she said something rude behind her back. Shangela heard, confronted her, and it turned into this whole thing. You will not speak to me, blah, 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 blah. And like Trixie like losing her mind, making fun of the way that Shangela speaks, like, all of this, and I think at the time I was just like, oh, she's, da 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 da. She's mean, she's nasty, she's all of these things. And it's like, oh, maybe she just was like really shook and
Mhm.
just did not know how to comport herself. And perhaps if, like, if it was a different situation where she wasn't on camera in the middle of this cutthroat competition, perhaps she would have reacted a bit differently. Okay. I can see her humanity now. All right, let's get to this ball. All right.
Still not a fan, but I can at least see the humanity in
Yes,
there.
yes. Okay. You're teaching me new things every day, Lee.
Me?
How to be a better human.
Aw, aw. That makes me feel you've given me so much like a much, much, much older sister. So I feel like I should be giving things to you as well.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that because I don't even know how to respond to that because that's so crazy. That's so crazy for so many reasons. Like my brain can't even compute. It's just like too much data. Okay, let's have a ball, huh? Shall we? Shall we? Okay, so we have 33 looks to go over. Oh my fucking
Ooh.
God, Jesus Christ. All right. So we have three categories. First, trampy trick-or-treater, like slutty nurse, slutty kitty, that sort of thing. Number two, category number two, witch please. Broomsticks, hats, that sort of thing, general witchery. And number three, category number three, MILF Eleganza, monster I'd
Yes.
like to freak. I'd like to fornicate with. And so the girls have to use the provided materials in order to create monster outfits that are also sexy and alluring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as they begin their sewing journeys, we get some storylines. Silky is not confident at all in this challenge and is sort of pulling a Raja. If I have to lip sync for my motherfucking life, then I will do so.
One of the few people ever to say that on the show who could actually back it up.
Which is my exact thought. I
Yeah.
mean, not everyone can win like 6, 7 lip syncs in a row like she did. So that was,
No, yeah.
I don't even think Raja could do that.
I don't either, and especially not if Silky is also in the mix.
Well, she did beat her in Canada versus the world in the finale.
She did, but I honestly attribute that to her as having won the season
Yes.
more than, but you know.
Yes, I would agree with that. Sugar Cane, former
Ooh.
corporate girly. She was a corporate Barbie. She said I was making 6 figures and I gave it all up to do drag because I had savings, okay? And I'm just like, okay, so I think I mentioned on one of our earlier episodes that I was on Instagram, I was randomly served some of Suga's content now in 2025, and she looks absolutely beautiful. She has stepped up her game like 10,000%. Like one of the most gorgeous drag queens I've ever seen in my entire life. But I'm just kind of like, if you had all these savings in 2019, why didn't you come with some better stuff? Sugar cane.
Hey,
That
money can't buy everything.
I'm just saying. Let's see what else. Oh, Brooke's ideas are bad, is what I wrote. I mean,
tragic.
it's
Yeah.
just tragedy. Like she
Yeah.
wants to be a first runner-up pageant queen who makes a crown out of the scalps of her competitor. Girl, and that's too much. Let's see. Nina doesn't know murder, she wrote trivia. Facts.
The way Rue called her out on that was so
She
funny.
really
She
did.
really did. She said, don't try me. I don't play about Jessica Fletcher.
She does not play.
Why why did people go to Cabot Cove? Everybody's getting murdered in Cabot Cove, Maine, every week. Phaedra, you too young for Murder, She Wrote. That's fine.
I am. I am.
Angela Lansbury was an author. She wrote crime books and she lived in this little town called Cabot
Mhm,
Cove, Maine. And every
mhm.
week somebody would get murdered in this tiny little town and she'd have to solve the murder.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
what?
Okay.
Stop going there on vacation. It's the murder capital of the US. Let's see. Uh, Evie is worried that she's not glamorous enough, and then Ariel shit is busted. That's what I
Yeah, Ariel
wrote.
had a terrible week.
Just so sad.
Yeah, predictable and sad.
But it was her time.
No, it was her time, and just the ball. This any ball I think would have stretched her skill set because her looks
Mhm.
all did look alike. But then
Hmm.
you sort of throw in the sort of horror goth element, and then she was just going to be a fish out of water. So
Uh, I wanted her to, I really wanted her to maybe surprise us.
yeah.
Just surprise us. Do something really different. Give us a different wig shape, please. Please.
And
And she just refused.
She refused.
even in these 3 looks, 3 separate looks, it was the same wig shape every single
It was
time.
the same wig shape, the same makeup plot, and with two of the looks, the lips
Yep.
were the same color. like
Yep.
little details that would like you don't want to win. That's all you're telling us.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
the creativity is not up to par.
It wasn't there. It just truly wasn't there.
All right. So, so the panel this week, we have Rue and Michelle, of course. We have the mildly amusing, sometimes Ross Matthews. We have a professional British person, Cara Delevingne, and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
I enjoyed Kara more than I remembered. Like
She
I
had
feel like
jokes.
she did have jokes,
Yeah.
and I kind of don't know her. I guess that's the thing about a model, right? Like it becomes really hard to know what they're like if they're not a person like Tyra Banks, like giving a lot of your personality in your projects. Most of the rest of them are kind of seen and sometimes heard, sometimes not. But I thoroughly enjoyed her. I was like, oh, you're kind of a little bit of a drag queen yourself.
A little
That
bit, yeah.
hmm hmm I mean, I remember the moment that like Kara just having this moment of being booked for a lot of other things that were not modeling, whether it was guest judge, talk show guest, or whatever. And yeah, I had forgotten. I'd forgotten why. Like, is she actually witty? Like, I don't know. What's she up to now these days? But now watching, I remember. I remember. I was like, okay, that this is why she she was
Mhm.
doing other things, why she was having the big supermodel moment like off of the runway and outside of fashion. She's witty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
Yeah.
and she has
witty.
presence.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she
Yes.
really does. And she certainly photographs well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Absolutely, absolutely.
So first
Beautiful,
with her, she
beautiful.
was one where I was just like, is this just another little skinny white girl that we are just elevating because she looks kind of edgy, you know, skinny and pretty, but can be edgy.
And our thoughts on Elvira. Does anyone have any thoughts, memories of Elvira?
I've always loved Elvira. Like
Hmm.
I just
I
love
like her.
her. She never changes. She always looks great. She's always funny. And I feel like she's maybe my grand muse because I feel like so much of her is in Rue. And
Hmm.
I only realize that when they're together and I'm like, oh, this is like going to an Erica concert and Shaka Khan coming out. Like you're getting to see a full lineage, and I love
Yeah,
it.
actually made me wonder if she judges on if she's guest judges on any other episodes or any other seasons.
I think
Yeah,
so.
she comes back and she actually
Yeah.
gets
Okay,
put
good.
maybe two All-Stars ago. They did they eventually make some Hall of Fame where like the gay icons go and they put her in. It's like her,
Liza
Bob
Minnelli.
Mackey, Liza Minnelli, and somebody else who's also extremely gay is also in there. So, you know, Elvira stays with us as she should. I hope she never dies. And if she does die, I hope she comes back.
Well, let's get to the ball. Finally, the reason for the
Finally.
season, and also I'll just say I think Rue's dress was ugly, but I'm just gonna we can
I didn't like it
we can just
either. Yeah.
yellow, black,
No,
turquoise sequins
wasn't
with
feeling
the
it.
turquoise earrings. Not for me. Okay,
No.
so let's look at these looks. So do we want to go queen by queen or round by round?
Let's go queen by queen because some
Okay.
of
Yeah.
these girls I want to move
Yeah.
through real quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some were not very notable.
All
Yeah.
right. Can you all see that?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Okay. So first up we have Miss Akiria. Her first round look is a sexy croupier.
It was definitely a toot for me. I thought it was really cute.
Very cute, very cute, very stoned to the gods. She's got a stoned like roulette wheel poker table situation attached to her outfit. It's cute. It's creative.
Yeah.
I
I
liked it. She looked cute.
I think her final two looks are of a piece. They're very similar, especially when you
Yeah.
see them
Yes.
together.
Especially when they're sitting right beside each other. My
Yes.
goodness.
The witch is sort of
Hmm.
she's having sort of a raven moment. Feathers. The MILF look is like a spider, long blonde wig. I mean, they're cute. She's padded
Nice.
to the gods. She looks
Yeah.
good. But I
Her
think,
wigs are always strong. Like I
yes.
feel like they don't
Yes.
comment on that enough.
But I think mid mid placement
Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
I would
Hmm.
say.
Absolutamente.
Enough to get by.
Yeah.
Oh wait, how does this? Oh, okay.
You click their names.
Yes. Next up, oh God, tragedy.
Yeah.
Ariel Versace. So the first look, I don't understand what is she supposed to be? She's supposed to be a nurse with syringes coming out of her shoulders and an ill-fitting vinyl. Is this supposed to be a nurse costume or like an elegant gown?
I thought she was supposed to be the lady who's getting the Botoxes, but you're right. It isn't clear who gets Botox in their shoulders.
Like if she's getting the
She
Botox in her face, is she supposed to just like lean over and jam her face into one of her shoulder syringes? I don't know.
Ciao.
just wanted her to take this a step further, like give like she could have taken this somewhere that actually surprised us and actually looked really scary and really sexy. Like maybe if the latex actually fit her right, if we understood what was going on, if she didn't give us the same tired wig shape, like I mm,
And also
oh, she's
just like
frustrating.
You
and like
better creative direct.
well, and also like looking at this image, I'm realizing how the proportions are so out of whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make any sense. And like when it moved, I guess I didn't notice that as much, but in the still image, it's just sort of like, what is happening here?
Mhm.
Like, why is her waist so high? Like, this looks crazy. All right. So then the witch is like, I just wrote in my notes just question mark. I just put a question mark because, like, what is this? Like,
If she didn't tell us she was a witch, we wouldn't know what she was.
it looks like the saloon crossed with the like a like a madam from the
Hmm.
Old West crossed with like the Matrix. Like, what is this? What are these boots?
Yeah, yeah, those boobs.
She
But
don't even know. She
What is
don't
this?
know.
What is the feathers? What kind of spell are you casting? This doesn't make
and
any sense.
and yet this was still more successful than the mermaid look.
Yes.
Yep.
Because
Yeah,
that's where you need to talk about the boots. Them boxer boots she had on.
those are crazy. Those are crazy. The makeup is
Yeah.
so crazy.
Crazy.
She,
Crazy.
I mean, it's scary, but not in the way that we want it to
No,
be.
not at all.
Mhm.
Not at all.
Mhm.
It didn't make any, I guess what was scary about it is it didn't make any sense, right? Like even as a mermaid look,
Well,
because her legs are out.
I'm just saying it's not a mermaid look. Like at least like have a gown with like a mermaid
You mean like a
shape.
mermaid gown?
Yes.
They make it easy for you.
This
Yeah.
is just a bodysuit with like a little train.
She could have done like some really wild, really cool like body paint moment too if she was gonna go with the sea monster look. Like, give us some
Yeah,
scales or something like
something.
that. This is why y'all they be trying to play the weird queens the whole time. They need to be taking some tips from
Yep.
people like Evie Oddly. They be trying to make fun of her
Mhm.
when she's sitting there covering her whole skin with
Yep.
something ridiculous when the whole time you need to be taking some notes.
Mhm.
Oh, oh,
Mhm.
oh, ah, oh.
Now that was a word. Absolutely. Now let's take a look at our winner, Miss Brooklyn Heights. Her trampy trick or treat look is a sexy mummy on point. I will go back to what Silky was saying in the workroom. She says, "Charmin on the runway,
Yeah.
angel salt on the runway."
I mean, that's all I got. And I would have had more appreciation for this look if this were the only time we got Brooklyn on point. And because I feel like while it is an incredible skill to master, like I have such an appreciation for dancers, it becomes a parlor trick when you pull it out like three times over the course of a season. And it didn't, I don't know that I got anything. I like Brooklyn better now than I liked her on her season. Maybe that's the diplomatic thing to say. Why am I being diplomatic right now? I didn't care for any of these three looks. There we go.
And didn't she just do like a strappy situation a couple of weeks ago
You mean every episode?
where she just had straps wrapped around her body? Like
Yes.
that's sort of
Yeah,
that Fifth Element
yeah.
Yes.
thing with the PVC coat.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
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 So what are we doing here?
Jarman on the runway.
I mean, I didn't mind any of these because at least we I do think part of what it is maybe that some other folks' looks were so weak or we didn't
Mm,
hmm
understand
hmm
hmm
their point of view. And at
hmm
least like there's a clear concept, a clear point of view
Yeah.
with these, and it's not giving just generic Party City, you know?
And all three of them are very different.
Yeah. Yep.
And some of these girls did not execute the looks at all. I feel like she executed all three of them, even though I feel like the second one, is that cultural appropriation? What is that?
It's literally the costume that Cara Delevingne wore
Okay,
in
I didn't see that
Suicide
movie.
Squad. There's no reason to see it. And it also, for me, it looks very Halloween costume because it
Mm-hmm.
is like
Hmm.
a very simplified version of what anybody who saw the movie would immediately recognize. So like I don't know, to me it was giving Party City a little bit. So
Well, I think a lot of these are giving Party City, to be
Yeah.
fair. And I think
Yeah.
perhaps the challenge sort of lends itself to that, unfortunately.
that is
So,
truly unfortunate.
yeah, so we might have to
Mhm.
grade some of these on a curve. The third one is fine. The third one is fine. I think her makeup looks beautiful. I think it's a nice dress. I don't quite get the concept. I mean, Black Widow, okay, is that a monster? I guess. But okay. It's fine. She looks cute.
I didn't like the silhouette. Like I don't know if she had sufficient padding on. Like I don't know, something about it for me, it seemed too pedestrian and maybe this shouldn't mean anything given where I live, but I feel like I could see one of my neighbors like actually just like wearing this like out and about. And I don't know, it wasn't drag enough for me.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just sort of left me cold. So I was surprised at that one, but okay.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Next up, we have Miss Nina West. So her trampy trick or treat look is sexy little shop of horrors. Sexy Venus flytrap is not sexy.
And it's also not Little Shop to me. Like it wasn't, I didn't live.
I'm not living.
I didn't live for it. I thought it was cute.
It's
I thought it
cute.
was cute, and her commitment to the camp.
It's very
She
campy. That's the word. It's campy.
Yep.
and she is certainly committed to the look. I'll give her
Yes, she
that.
is. Yes, she is.
Hmm.
Which, please, she is serving us Puritan, Salem, realness, a pilgrim in handcuffs with flames coming up the skirt.
I actually thought this to
I
me
like
was
this. Yeah.
funny, right? Like
Yeah.
the joke
Yeah.
was a good joke.
It's
So I was
clever.
like, okay, I'll give you. And her makeup is pretty,
Hmm.
Yeah, go ahead,
I
Nina.
liked it. I
Yeah.
wanted somebody to just execute the witch look creatively because I'm like,
Yeah,
there's technically so many different types of witches and witch lore you can pull from. Like, please, somebody get creative. So I feel like
somebody.
she gave me what I needed.
Yes. Yes. And then the third one, is this a zombie? She has a mask of her face on her face, and then she takes it off, and it's like bloody mouth lady uh,
I couldn't get past the
zombie.
shoes.
The shoes don't make any sense. Sort of like a tattered velvet gown belted with a train, keyhole cleavage, big white wig. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't
No
understand.
thanks.
Hmm?
No thanks.
Yeah, it's not for me. Okay. Moving on. The beautiful Plastique Tiara. Her trampy trick-or-treat look. Playboy bunny. I mean,
I mean,
she looks gorgeous. She always looks gorgeous.
Mhm.
and I believe that like that's how she goes to CVS. So
Hmm.
I wasn't quite getting like RuPaul runway from it, but I mean she looks fantastic. She never does it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Witch, please, giving Maleficent realness. Beautiful black bodysuit. I don't think the horns are big enough.
yeah, I'll give you that.
But
Mhm.
other than that, I think she looks gorgeous.
Yeah, she did.
And then MILF look, I guess she's like the goddess of death. Beautiful, scary makeup, lovely dress, a little scythe. Is that how do you say that word? SCYTHE? Scythe?
Let's see
Like
that.
the Grim Reaper blade
Yeah,
thing.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But let's say it like that.
Okay.
I mean,
But
this
I
is
mean, I
another
think
one where I would have liked to see her turn up the horror.
yes.
Yeah.
Hmm. Because she was in the right direction. It just wasn't far
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
usually,
if she give us
mhm,
more skeletal,
mhm.
Hmm.
then
And
I would have loved it.
usually, yeah, usually it annoys me when the judges are like, you didn't push it far enough. But I think in this case, it is actually warranted. It's very pretty. I understand why she ended up in the top. But yeah, it's just you could have done so much more to
Absolutely.
make
She
it
could have pushed it
really
further.
cool.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so it's leaving me hungry. Raja O'Hara. Trampy trick or treat look. I'm sorry, this is a mess. This cat thing. What is this? It's supposed to be a sexy cat, but a pink bodysuit, thigh-high boots, a fur, gloves with claws, and then a mask, like an
Yeah.
ugly cat mat. Like it's not even like a cute cat mask.
It's just not cute. None of it is. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. None of
Yeah.
this works.
None of it works.
Witch, please. She's giving us Emerald City, a green witch.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no too.
Nah.
Big overcoat over another bodysuit. Like, I mean, is she going for Alphaba?
Didn't understand the witch Wizard of Oz. I didn't. I I was
Especially
like, are you
because
the
later we have
wizard
like
or
the actual witch from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, she just looks like an extra in the Emerald City sequence in The Wiz, you
Yes.
know?
yeah,
Like that's all it is.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got to
Okay.
be seen green.
And the third one, I and the third one I also don't understand. The bone collector.
Yeah, I didn't get the reference. Um, I mean, it looks like something a person could wear on Halloween, I will say that.
I mean, it's just like the bone collector, like Sheree.
Why y'all won't let Sheree be great? I will never understand.
Sheree ain't letting Sheree be great.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That has nothing to do with me.
Who is this wonderful person?
Oh, how dreadful. And quite frankly, Raja, if there weren't three that I think were solidly worse than her,
She would have been lip syncing for her.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, next up we have Miss Scarlet Envy. First off, ugly, sexy pirate. Looks
Yeah,
cheap, looks
cheap,
straight out of the Party City bag.
completely, completely.
Terrible.
This one bested her.
Like glitter eye patch, like an
Mhm.
ugly teddy with a skirt over it. It's just, no, it's not.
And it's not even the worst of the three, which is what's sad.
Oh,
Because we have this witch please situation. She's supposed to be the Fire Island witch. What does that mean?
I don't
It,
know what that is at
Like
all.
she looks a like a an old hippie that hasn't left the house in 50 years,
very Grey Gardens, like
which I
it's
guess is
not.
Fire Island Witch, but
Hmm, okay, well, hated it.
yeah, terrible prosthetic nose,
The nose
poorly
was my favorite
applied.
part. Yeah,
Yeah,
The nose was the best part to
it
me.
really was.
but this lighthouse she's wearing on her head, or whatever this is supposed to
Yeah,
be, it just
honey, I
doesn't make
didn't get
sense
it.
to
It didn't
me.
make any sense.
And then she was feeling herself in the workroom as she was making this sexy creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, no, ma'am.
I mean, it's the best of the three, but
That's not saying a whole lot.
No, it's not.
it,
It's
I mean, it fits.
in that unforgiving fabric, though. Like, I don't, no. Yeah, no. I didn't like it. I really, really didn't like
It's
it.
underwhelming, but it looks like it took a lot of work and she had a lot of fun making it.
Yeah.
So good for her.
And lucky for her, there was an Ariel Versace this week. And I
And
feel like
oh, go ahead.
I don't want to steal your thunder, but I will just agree that there were a couple of folks bringing down the curve. And Scarlett was as lucky as Raja was.
I'm just saying. And one of those queens is our next one, Miss Sugarcane. What the whole entire fuck is this?
It's not a treasure troll. It's just not. It's not.
So if it was supposed to be a troll doll, doesn't the troll doll, like the
Yes.
hair goes up in
Yes.
sort of like a
Yeah.
conical sort of shape and comes to a point?
One might call that the defining feature of a treasure troll, the thing that allows
Yep.
us to recognize that it is a treasure troll.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So all of this is wrong.
Yep. Every bit
Every
of it.
single bit of this is
Every bit of
wrong and
it.
makes no sense. The hair, I don't even know what you would call that. Like the
Um,
wig is just hideous in any context.
well, so is this ill-fitting, you know, bodysuit situation. Like it's like it shouldn't be like bunching up on your legs like that. Like
Mm-mm.
it's not a good this just it just no, we're not doing this.
And the makeup is not the same
Mm-mm,
color as the
mm-mm,
bodysuit.
mm-mm.
And then what is this outfit? What is the bottom piece? What is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be a skirt?
Look, I think
Like a bikini with a
Loincloth?
long crotch? Like, what is it? A loincloth?
this was so clearly one of those moments where you are packing to go to Drag Race, you have everything together, then you look at the little list and you're like, shit, I did not get this third look for the ball. Let me see what I already have in my closet. That's the only thing that makes sense to me because Sugar is too smart in too many of the other weeks for me to think that she didn't know what Halloween was and she didn't know what a treasure trove was.
But here's my problem with that. If you run into that situation, Sugar Cane lives in New York City. You take the subway over to Ricky's. You you buy, something off the rack, use your little scissors to make it sexy, put some stones on it, throw it in the suitcase. It's not to sound like Michelle, but like we can do better.
I if I go back to my original scenario, I think this happened when the Uber was already outside.
And she
We
was
love
just,
you, Sugar. We're trying to help you out.
we
We
want the
don't know what
best for
happened.
you. We
Yeah.
want the best for you.
Yeah.
Now, the Witch Please look, Bloody Mary, I just think that this was too much. It was too much in the other direction. It
Way
was
too much.
too gross and too yucky and gory with the latex blood, the teeth, the eye makeup, the tattered dress. It went, it wasn't like ugly pretty. It was just ugly.
It was just it was just ugly. And again,
Quite
the
terrifying.
shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on with the shoe game in 2018?
I don't know. Maybe some of these Trump tariffs were on shoes from abroad and people just couldn't get what they needed. I had the same question
Everyone's shoes feel like an afterthought.
completely.
And I feel like that
Mm.
has like continued because like I don't know if you all have noticed this, but Gen Z's shoe game,
Yeah.
it's what are they doing?
I don't
What
know
are
that
they doing?
that Croc life has just
Not a damn thing.
yeah.
That's the problem.
why are
Yeah.
chunky square-toed heels back?
Why are they wear purchasing and wearing Air Force Ones and letting them get all nasty and ratty and wearing them around like that's a regular everyday shoe and treating them like they're Vans? I don't understand that either. I don't know what's going on. I feel like we've lost the appreciation for a stylish sneaker as well.
Yeah.
If you're going to wear a
Yeah.
sneaker, we have lost the appreciation, the art of your dress up sneaker, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A
Hmm.
wedge
Yeah.
sandal. I it's like it's 1998 again, and I don't like it. And then they make fun of us because we're
Right.
old or whatever, but you're wearing all of our clothes that we discarded in the late
And
90s
and wearing them
Yep.
wrong.
and wearing them incorrectly.
Yeah. No, it's a problem. It's a problem from where I sit.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
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 Why are they trying to bring back ultra low rise jeans? That's my other problem.
That was never good for anyone.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Never. that is remembered as a reign of terror. If you were if you were anything above a size 12, honey, those were dark times.
And
Stop trying to
God,
bring it back.
and God
Stop.
forbid you drop something on the floor.
Oh,
It's
it-
over. You lost that thing, whatever it was, that pen. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go penless for the rest of the day until you can find one that's on a high enough shelf
They don't
or desk.
understand that we went through these bad fashions so that they wouldn't have to, right?
yeah.
And these are
Mhm.
all elections. These are choices. They're going out here and they're like, let me see the dirtiest, filthiest, dingiest pair of sneakers I can generate for myself and let me wear them around New York City. And then look at you because you have made a choice not to pull your socks up to your mid calf. Like y'all leave us alone and you worry about you.
And put those Ed Hardy t-shirts down.
And take off of them Crocs out the house.
And Von Dutch hats.
All of it.
The
Burn them.
plastic platform sandals.
Jellies?
Mm.
We're doing jellies again?
These are other people's children, you know?
Gen Z, you're on notice. Back to sugar cane. Okay, this monster I'd like to F
Mm-mm,
Eleganza
mm-mm,
situation.
mm-mm,
Again, I don't
mm-mm,
understand.
mm-mm.
Satan's wife, she said. She
Yeah, I
has
mean,
all
that's what
these
she said.
stories.
Because
All
that's
these
all she
Yeah.
had. All
all
she
these
had was a story.
Stories, fantasies,
fairy tales.
concepts of an idea.
Concepts of a runway. That's exactly what this is.
Because what is this? This isn't even clothes.
No,
This is
it's
just a
not.
robe that she put on her body with a skull that she's licking and horns and crazy looking makeup.
Yeah.
She looks crazy.
That bottom two was right where she belonged.
Yeah, Sugar, I believe in you.
Hmm.
I have seen the way that you have improved. You look beautiful and gorgeous, but we all have to start somewhere. I know I've told this story before, but it reminds me of when I was a freshman in college at the West End with my fake ID. I was drinking something ridiculous like a Midori sour or something and dancing and
Midori sour. I was drinking Kool-Aid.
That's crazy.
a blue curacao situation. Um, and I was dancing and I tripped and I spilled my drink all over some poor, unsuspecting upperclassman who was there for some reason. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she just looked at me and she just said, we're all freshmen once. That's all I needed to know. So Sugar Cane, we were all freshmen once. All right, up next, the Dr. Reverend Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
Oh, frying pan into the fire, child.
Mm, mm. You look at this trampy unicorn in this still picture, and
Even worse.
it's even
It's
worse.
even
Mhm.
it's even because they're the only thing that is potentially redeemable is her face. Silky's face is always beat in exactly the way it needs to be. And I think that's the comment that I have for this outfit.
White beaded jumpsuit with it's not a cutout, is it? It's a panel. I
It's a
guess
panel.
that's
Yeah.
her
Mhm.
skin tone on running down the outside of her legs, which just makes her body look crazy. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like the spindly legs of a horse, but
I was wondering if that was like part of the point or if it was intentional or not. I wasn't sure.
The horn is tiny, the same color as the wig, so it
The
just looks
horn
like
is
she has like
tiny.
an a growth coming out of her forehead. I'm
It
just like,
was un desastre.
how did you look at that in the mirror and say, I look good? I'm ready to be on TV.
I mean, is that not the question? Because Silky is one of the most TV ready, contestants on a reality show that we have seen in the 2000s. And it was like this challenge caught her so off guard. Maybe Rue surprised them with the ball. Maybe she didn't tell anybody that they were having a ball until that exact moment and they were all struggling together, because that's the only explanation I can. That's all I got.
I don't know, but it reminds me, my my father, God rest his soul, used to say, it's not about the question is not what do they have on? The question is, when you went into the store, what did you ask for?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right, which please? She's giving us the whiz, Miss Eveline, and the uh the judges are dinging her because they say she looks like Oprah.
Which that it's true, but it was also just so
It's
unnecessary.
so
I
unnecessary.
I felt attacked in that. I I don't know. I remember growing up, people would like use that as an insult against any of the bigger girls, and I always
Hmm.
just kind of felt like you're not even good at insulting people, like beyond low-hanging fruit. If they were going to get her on something, those costumes in the movie version of The Wiz are so intricate,
Hmm.
so detailed, and she didn't go anywhere near far enough. She needed to put some crinoline or something under that hoop. Like there were so many places she could have gone, because The Wiz is one of the most iconic camp movies of Black America, period. So glad to see somebody touching it on this or any show, but she just didn't do enough with it, and for that she deserved to be read. But you look like Oprah. I'm like,
It didn't feel good.
no, it didn't. I
It
was like,
didn't feel
okay,
good.
I want something more from you, Rue, and I will not accept that from Michelle. Just afraid not.
And then this monster I'd like to F Eleganza situation. She's giving she devil, I guess, red latex, poorly made. You can see the undergarments, wearing Kahana Montrise's horns that she got eliminated in, and a skull with a chain as her accessory. Well, I think that silence says it all.
It says everything that can be said.
Shall we move on to Miss Vanjie?
Yes, please.
Trampy trick-or-treater, she's giving us Bejeweled Down. Victoria's Secret Angel. Looks gorgeous as usual.
Yeah, I loved it.
Which, please, she's sort of giving Carrie Bradshaw if she's a witch, in my opinion. Very, very fashionable, sort of like New York City, little bit of punk.
It was cute.
It's cute.
It wasn't necessarily screaming witch to me, and a
No.
different choice of fascinator could have clarified just a hair. Like it wouldn't have
Yep.
Hmm.
taken much, right? But
Yeah, like a pointy hat or something, or like a teeny, like if she had had just like a teeny little pointy hat
this is what
fascinator.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
That would
Yes.
have
yeah,
really transformed it.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
And then the monster look, I don't understand this.
I get it.
Yeah,
Is
I
she
don't
supposed to
either.
be a dead person coming out of the grave? She's wearing a headstone, a gravestone on her head with like showgirl feathers coming out of it. I'm just looking at
Uh,
my. Oh, she said she's giving apocalyptic dead hoe.
she did say apocalyptic,
Apocalyptic dead
and
hoe.
it was certainly apocalyptic.
I mean, she looks pretty, but
Yeah, she
like
is.
I don't know what kind of monster this is supposed to be.
Didn't get it.
Yeah. So, okay.
Didn't get it at
Moving
all.
on. Moving on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Angie.
Mhm.
And last but not least, we have Miss Evie Oddly giving us
Thank
Slutty
goodness.
Dinosaur, which is hilarious. She has dinosaur hooves, claws attached to her pumps. She has a children's dinosaur costume that she cut up and made into a bustier, I guess. What are we calling this? A blouse of some sort or a bodysuit? I don't know. It's hilarious.
It's great, whatever it is.
Yes. Wonderful job. The witch please look, I just think is it's just fashionable, it's
Yeah.
cute, it's giving witch, cute little baby doll dress with a cute hat that covers one eye, a white contact. She looks creepy, but she also looks sexy. I think she killed it.
Absolutely. The hat and
Yep.
the shoe
Yes.
accentuate the rest of the outfit. Like,
Now, Gen Z, this is what we're talking about. This shoe is cute.
This makes sense.
Mhm.
It goes with the rest of the look.
Yes. It complements and flatters her body and her legs.
She looks fantastic. So look of the night for me.
I'm just saying, she looks great.
Yeah.
But then we come to her monster look. She's going for a voodoo doll,
Which it
and
did
then
not give that at
At
all.
at
all.
all.
Not at all.
No, this is something like a 50s housewife who did too many benzos or
Hmm.
something.
Hmm.
Like, it's a 50s housewife that is very down on her luck.
Yeah. It's definitely a boot.
Yeah, it's a boot. It's a boot for sure. But like we discussed earlier, she knows the mistakes that she made and she will learn from them. So good for her.
We never see her looking that bad again
No,
on the runway.
no, no,
So,
not on the runway.
no.
So, as we mentioned, the girls in the top, Plastique, Brooke, Evie. In the bottom, Sugar, Ariel, Silky. The winner is Brooke, which, okay,
Yeah, that's what I said.
All right.
sure, whatever. Anyway, congratulations to you, Brooke. I'm sure you worked very hard. And our bottom two, Sugar versus Ariel, performing Whitney Houston's I'm Your Baby Tonight. Great song.
Great, great song. Mediocre
Yeah,
execution.
lukewarm, lackluster, terrible lip sync. I actually
Mhm.
think Ariel was giving face, and she might have had a chance had she not tripped over her dress and fallen on her ass like 3 times. Like she just flip-flopped like a mermaid on the stage. I felt so bad for her. That looked like that hurt.
Yeah, it did look like it hurt, but I don't think she was going to win anything.
I don't
I
know, because like Sugar just stood there in the same spot, just like pointing. Like,
You know what? I don't think she was going to win anything, and I'll tell you why. And this is just my theory. If you don't have anything else to show, why are they going to keep you? And I think all Ariel did was prove that she had nothing else to show. So the kind of performance she would have needed to give in that lip sync, even if she had stayed on solid ground, I can't imagine she was going to disprove anybody's perspective that her time had come. She could have come out there and done a Queen Kong. It just wouldn't have mattered. They were just like, ma'am, we want you for your own good to go head on home and recalibrate.
I don't disagree with that. I think from a story perspective, I think she wasn't even sort of bringing sort of some of the fiery, bitchy energy,
You don't
talking all
think
that
so?
smack that she was at the
No.
beginning. And not like that she was like reading with any finesse, but at least she was bringing some energy. But she wasn't even bringing that by this point in the show. So I could see the producers sort of being done with her. I'm just saying that like Sugar wasn't giving very much either in that
She
lip
wasn't.
sync.
She was just
Like
standing there.
she was just standing there just
Yeah.
pointing.
Yeah.
She didn't move across the stage.
Mm-mm.
She didn't move back. She didn't move up. She just
It's
was
good
like,
old-fashioned park and bark.
just touching her chest and pointing.
Yep. Let's go like this.
And I'm just
Okay.
saying, I'm your baby tonight. That's supposed to be like sexy and fun, and you should put some respect on Whitney's name. Move your body, not like flop on the ground like a fish.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no,
Whitney
no.
did move her body.
No, all right, fair enough. But at least like
Well,
when she was pointing, like there was some dynamism.
Touche.
yeah. Honestly, I was wondering why Ariel didn't just rip that little tail thing off or whatever. Maybe there was
Right.
nothing underneath it, because that would have been me. I would have done that towards the beginning. This is immediately. This is in the way. This is a hazard. I
And
would have
I
seen that coming.
and I will give Sugar points because she did exactly that at the beginning. She
Yeah.
ripped off her skirt. And we have seen queens trip over their skirt. Like Kylie Sonique Love tripped over
Hmm.
her skirt and turned it into a somersault, and it was fabulous.
Right.
I, Ariel, I don't know what to tell you. And even her exit line was just her going like, yeah. Like, like, ma'am, thank you so much, but you can join Mercedes.
She's one of the ones that, like, since she left the show, I've never once been curious about
Mm-mm.
what she was up to.
I forgot she existed before we started watching this.
I mean, kind of, right? She didn't leave enough for us to care.
Yeah.
I mean, she just never did. And that sounded harsh, but you know, I think it might,
It's true.
I think it might be right.
Well, I hope she's doing well.
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
all the best to her, and
All the best.
I'm sure that she has improved and she's learned a lot from this experience. But revisiting the experience itself, um, I was underwhelmed.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ariel Versace, for your service. Next time we have the Drag Olympics,
Mm.
which, okay, okay.
We will see.
It was 2018. I guess the Winter Olympics were happening, some sort of synergy tie-in. But we have seen in seasons past when they do these challenges where the girls are flipping and they're not gymnasts, that people get hurt. So I'm surprised that they did this again.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll see. We'll see.
I really don't remember that episode, so I'm
I
I'm
don't
very curious to see
either.
what happens when
I
I
don't remember it either.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, we will be back in 4 weeks with
Right.
with episode 6 of the Drag Olympics. But for now, I think we'll be right back with a very quick Pure Black Joy. We'll be right back. And we are back, and it is time for Pure Black Joy. This is the part of the show where we talk about the Black people, places, music, food, culture, art that is making us happy this week. And this week's comes courtesy of Dr. Lee. What you got?
Well, I think after we went in so hard last time on Black conservatives, maybe I can share some good news
Okay.
for a particular Black conservative.
Oh, okay.
Um, well, one of them got a job, and it's actually a job that I can live with. Miss Stacey Dash, the one who had not heard that DMX had passed, poor thing, has recently been hired to co-star in the revival of Clueless, which was one of my all-time favorite movies when I was in high school. It deeply spoke to me. What?
No, nothing about Clueless.
Oh,
I'm
I
thinking
was about
about
to be legitimately offended.
no, no, no. Clueless is a great movie. I'm just still stuck on Stacey Dash.
Right?
And why Stacey Dash is in the Pure Black Joy segment. So you're just gonna have to explain this.
Well, the Pure Black Joy is mine because I
Okay.
love the movie and I'm so excited to see them using the IP for good, even if Stacey Dash is in it. I'm just glad she can pay her bills. I mean, it's hard out here. We are in the middle of a recession. Y'all didn't see them jobs numbers?
Which ones? Well, congratulations to Stacey Dash, I guess.
I think, yeah.
But yay for Clueless.
Yay
Yay.
for
Yeah.
Clueless.
Yeah. Congrats to all who love Clueless.
Yes.
Thank-
There
thank
you
you.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. As always, if you are so inclined, you can leave us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think about Stacey Dash or anything that we've talked about on this show, as long as you leave us 5 stars. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you are listening, and make sure you tell your friends who like Stacey Dash about the show. But I think that, oh, and follow us on all of the places, and yeah, I think that's it. Am I missing anything? Any words of wisdom?
We meant what we said about shoes.
Girl, we sure did.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
We sure did. Absolutely. And I'll just say, justice for Janae. Kenny, you are a piece of shit, and we all hate you. Okay. All right. I think that's going to do it. We will see you in 2 weeks. And until then, be easy, everybody. Bye.